media. He's got a YouTube show, written 5 bestsellers. Fortune magazine, 40 under 40. He is amazing. He's in studio. His name is Gary V.
Yeah!
Thank you.
Love it.
Man. Welcome to Virgin Radio. Welcome to the Bruce Page Show. What did you put your money into back in the day that people were like, what are you doing? And now,
So back in 2007, I put almost all my money into Facebook and Twitter, and my financial advisors and all the old liquor store guys I knew, people were just ridiculing me.
why?
Well, they thought everything was a fad, right? Yeah. Like my whole career, everything I've done, people have been telling me is a fad. When I launched an e-commerce wine site in 1996, the internet was a fad. When I started running Google ads instead of newspaper and direct mail, Google was a fad. When I started my YouTube show, YouTube was a fad. When I invested in Facebook and Twitter, that was a fad. Like everything that I do tends to be a fad or isn't gonna happen. Usually when most conservative or people above or older or successful than me say something I'm doing is a fad, I've come to learn that's when I need to triple down.
Okay, I get that. Makes sense. There's a couple of things I want to play for you right now. Number one, were you aware that there is a Filipino star called Gary V?
Very much.
Carl, can you come up?
Yes.
Carl, you're Filipino, Carl. Yeah. Carl, because
he's huge.
I said in studio the other day, I said, oh my gosh, we've got Gary V coming in. One of our presenters, Jay Sky, who's Filipino, she goes, oh my gosh, Gary Valenciano's coming in. And I went, who? He's a huge Filipino pop star. Is this guy?
He's very big. Even when I showed my friends who's Gary V is, I said Google him. So Gary Valenciano comes up in Google instead of Gary Vaynerchuk.
This is
I know that I
bro.
saw his face when I first started having internet kind of notoriety. A lot of people, I mean, he would always show up. It would always be brought up. I think I've done a good job in the last 5 years. I've closed the gap. I've closed the gap. I have a lot of respect for him. I've listened to too much of his songs.
We've got him on the phone right now. We don't. That'd be amazing, though.
I was hoping.
There's something else that I want to do with you. We were talking about our kids. You're a family man
yes.
as well. Just real quickly, again, I want that advice. Juggling the family and the business and the life, how hard is that? How do you make it easier? Is there a way?
I think it's actually stunningly easy as long as you don't succumb to other people's opinions on how you should parent your children or the current state of what's politically correct. It gets very easy. Parenting comes very easy to me. I have great intent, but for example, there's a big Thanksgiving kind of recital in the morning for my kids this week. I'm gonna miss it because I'm here.
Sure.
I'm not happy about it,
Yep.
but I'm not crushed. I'm not gonna judge myself like I'm the worst dad of all time. Showing your kids how to live happy is the #1 thing you can do for your children.
Because your mother was very influential in that factor, right? When you were younger.
Huge, but but my dad worked every minute because we were immigrants. He never came to anything I did, and very honestly, my mom didn't go to school stuff either. She was kind of like an immigrant lady. She was to herself. Like, basically for me, it's very binary. Do your parents love you and put you in a position to be happy? Everything else is checking the box for everybody else.
So we'll see. Talking about my kids, this is what I've got right now for you. I've got my girls, Nushi and Kiki, doing some of yours. Have a listen to this. Have a listen to this. Here we go. Gary V, read by Nushi and Kiki, my daughters.
Let me tell you I believe one of the most fascinating excuses in life is I'm so good at so many things that I don't know which one to pick.
She's right.
I think it's an excuse, and I think it's ego. I think it's a vulnerability. I don't want to waste my time because I'm so good at many things.
So good.
Excuse to not do.
Truth.
And it's the worst one because you're trying to act cool while not doing anything. Pick something and do it.
These are your words.
It's amazing.
And that's a big one. Worrying
Amazing.
about other people's opinions.
It's huge.
You always hit that one, and that's a big thing, right?
After doing this for about 7 or 8 years where you're getting 1,000 comments back in email, DM, whatever it may be, it took me a long time, but I'm like, oh my God, it's judgment. It's other people's opinions. It was so foreign to me because I was in such a cocoon. I never listened, so many things that kept me away from bad things as a teenager was I was in my own head. Nobody else's opinion penetrated penetrated me, which didn't lead me to those actions. So it was foreign to me to realize, oh my God, the rest of the world lives a different way.
Yeah.
And that is why I'm trying to suffocate that, because the more I can get people into a place of feeling confident about themselves for themselves, it's unbelievable what happens when you can actually cut out the noise of judgment of others. It's a big deal. And honestly, and it's fun to be in this region because it's a phenomenon outside the US, even though it's big in the US, it's parents. The amount of people right now who are listening, who are living their lives 100% based on their parents' opinions is staggering. Now, let me create some clarity. If you want your parents to pay for your lifestyle, well, guess what? Then they own you.
Yes.
But if you don't, and you want to be happy, and you don't want to be an engineer or a doctor or an entrepreneur or whatever it may be, you first have to get off the payroll, be a big boy and girl, and then you may have some short-term pain where your parents are disappointed, but long-term you will have a far healthier relationship. Because the only thing your parents usually are worried about, unfortunately, is the judgment of others.
What are they going to think?
It's your aunt that is the hidden issue. Because your mom's trying to make you a lawyer because she wants her sister to think you're successful. It's a very complicated mindset, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
Talking to you when the mics are off is even more interesting.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop.
No.
You get people come in. You get artists and superstars and all come in, and they turn it on when the mic's on.
Interesting.
And when the mic's off, they're off.
Interesting.
They just sit there, and you are on. And you're just. I love that.
And honestly, I have empathy for people that need to shut it off. For me, this is like the most fun. Like people, like this is, social media. The timing of my life is laughable to me. To me, I love people so much. Interacting with people is my oxygen.
Yeah, but you were asking about us as people, you were asking about how we started.
Yeah.
Not many people do that when they come into the studio,
It's a human connection.
Well, it's
human
funny.
connection.
Social media is so powerful, which you're on, and this is what, for us as radio presenters, it's the first time in our careers that we can interact one-on-one with people that listen to the show. So after the show, I will get onto Instagram and reply to nearly every single Instagram message that I get. We couldn't do that, 10 years ago. This is a new, even though radio is an old school platform, it's now new school for us.
100%. And it's really the origin of my career. When I was doing the wine show on YouTube, there wasn't that many people watching, but every single person that mentioned me or wine even on Twitter, I engaged with. And I used to do it for like 9-10 hours a day. And it's really how I built myself up. For everybody who's listening, who's trying to become an influencer,
I was just going to ask,
it's not just taking a nice picture from the frame, right? It's also engaging with the 3 people that say the audacity of somebody who wants to become famous, and they get 5 comments and they don't have time to say thank you.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're not going anywhere.
I love that reply to the comments. In Studio 2, 3 people, listeners of this show, we put it out last week to ask Gary a question.
I love this.
We got close to over 1,000 entries, and I'm going to bring in Jeremy, Carl, and Emma. Please welcome to the studio. There's Gary V.
Hey guys, hi.
It's all right.
Hi, so nice to meet you. How are you? Hey brother, how are you?
Yeah, good.
I met this guy outside. He had Krispy Kreme and everything. Good to see you. How are you?
Good on you guys. Congratulations on being here. I'm so glad that you listen to the show. Thank you so much. I'm going to bring Jeremy up first. Jeremy, if you can come up to the microphone over here. This is what a lot of people want. This one-on-one time with Gary V. Right? This is a moment for you, right? This is.
So yesterday I was listening to his podcast in the car, thinking, I wonder if I met him, what would I ask him? And now, 24 hours later, I'm sat in front of him or stood in front of him.
Pretty cool.
Quick question.
Yes.
We are actually launching an online travel agency today.
Wow.
After a year and a half of work, we're launching today. So the timing is unbelievable.
What's the name of it?
It's Kulu Tamam, which means everything's cool in Arabic.
Could you spell it for me?
K-U-L-U.
K-U-L-U, yep.
Tamam.com.
Okay, cool.
It's a good start to the company.
Great. So as part of the launch, we're trying to build the brand around an event, and we've signed with Emirates Holidays to be a official travel agent for the Asian Football Cup in January.
Amazing.
We're going to run a competition to win trips to the event. How do we boost that engagement with the contest with a very, very small budget?
To me, it's all about Instagram DM.
Right.
It's about DMing people on Instagram, now not just trying to get them to build awareness for you, asking them, hey, this is what we're doing. What can I do for you? This is what's important to me. And just look at literally day by day. We were just talking about it. Day by day, in the trenches, 100, 1,000 people a day. I mean, in the beginning, when you're hungry to launch something, it should be hand-to-hand combat. But I think influencers are absolutely the underpriced media of today's world, and especially in this market when I look at it. And so just DMing 5,000, and I know that sounds daunting, but you know, it's just what you have to do in the beginning. 5,000 different people saying, we need awareness for this. What do you need? And then bartering.
Yeah.
Love that.
Period.
Great advice.
Great, awesome.
Good luck with it.
Good luck, my friend.
Appreciate it.
It's
Congratulations.
Kulu is it live now if I go to it?
It is live, yeah.
KULUTAMAM.com.
Correct.
Congratulations, Jeremy.
Well
I'm glad
done.
that you're
Very
here.
much,
We'll
Chris.
get you a photo with Gary shortly, my man.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
I'm going to bring Carl up next. Carl, good morning.
Good morning.
Here you are with
Morning.
Gary. Where are you from, Carl?
I'm from the Philippines.
Nice.
Very nice.
What do you want to say?
Gary, I've been watching all your videos even before Instagram.
Thank you.
So I know you lay out all the recipes of success. It's about grind, it's about the hustle, it's about everything. But my question is, you know, it's about the mindset, but the question may sound so cliche, but how do you get motivated despite all the factors that comes into your life?
For me, it's about doing what you like. I really believe in that. You know, it's funny, I get asked about that question, how do you get motivated? And for me, it's very simple. It's what I like to do. I don't even feel like it's a thing of motivation. It's what I would do if I was getting paid nothing. So for me, if you love your process, then you win. It's kind of like going to the gym. It doesn't come natural to me. For other people, it does, right? And they love going to the gym, and so they don't think it's hard. And I think it's hard. I had to hire somebody to travel with me to get me into the gym. So for me, can you put yourself in a position to do something that you like, then you'll be motivated. Most people are chasing something they think has money in it. Cryptocurrency, influencer, startups, entrepreneurship, banking back in the day, whatever it might be, they chase the money, and then thus it's hard to get motivated because all they care about is the money or the success, not the 9 to 9, 7 to 7, 9 to 5 of every day. So for me, interacting with people, talking about business, running a business is what I love to do. It's why I got D's and F's as a child in school, because all I wanted to do was sell stuff and be a businessman. So now I just do that. Too many people think the thing they love the most, music, art, cooking, doesn't have any money in it because they don't understand how the world actually works. Playing video games used to not have money in it. Now it has a tremendous amount of money in it. So I would tell you to try to put yourself in a position to like what you're doing, then you won't even think about motivation.
Nice. Love it. Well done. Emma, please welcome to the microphone. You're with Gary V.
Hi, Emma.
Take it, go ahead.
Yeah, so I've just completely forgot what I was
No worries. No worries.
That's
We're
all right.
here.
Do you need a bit
We're
of
here.
time?
No,
We're here.
that's fine, that's
Okay.
fine. So I've been running a business in Dubai for 6 years. It started up just something small to work around the kids. And it is, I see the potential in it, it's got potential, but the social market changes so much.
Yes.
Everything's changing fast and it's hard to keep up with it. So I guess my question
What was working for you when you say the social?
Facebook.
Okay, and now?
No.
Why?
I-
Organic or ads?
The ads, I don't understand them. They change. It changes how it reaches the reach. It.
When you run ads, it's about not only who you're targeting, but the biggest issue right now is people aren't making enough content. So you had an ad working that's not working.
Yeah.
You need to make new ads, lots of new ads, 50 videos, 50 pictures. You see where I'm going?
Yeah,
Facebook works better than ever.
Yeah.
Instagram ads work better than ever. The problem is most people have one picture or one ad or two that work.
Yeah.
Then they keep running it. It stops working, and they think Facebook doesn't work anymore without realizing it's the ad that's not working anymore.
Okay.
Do you understand? It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Emma,
Light bulb
you're going to have some more
moment,
time with
And
Gary.
and Instagram influencers, like the
Yeah.
first answer, like
I started that. Yeah.
especially in this market.
Gary V, you spent nearly an hour with us. Really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us in studio this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, he's going to be at the Sharjah Entrepreneur Festival. Check him out, Gary V.
Thank you,
Well
thank
done.
you, thank you.